What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. Yes, I obviously understand. I do look a little scary, but I just woke up. I'm not actually in my costume yet. So we will be doing our costume show tonight for all the old losers who don't have any place to go. You can't trick or treat, don't have a party to go to. You just lame ass loser sitting home. Come join us. I'm going to put out the link in the comment section on YouTube, so feel free to come and join us. We are discussing whatever you guys want. It's your guys' pick today for Halloween. So let me copy that. Oh, I got to put up my tagline. Red. No, more yellow. Boom. There we go. Let me go and throw up the link. Hey, what up, Jack? Arthur, what's going on? What up, Dave W? Doing good? And Thelio Quar Captain Hunter Moon. E.T. Hunter Moon. You need a homie? Here, you need a hoodie? Fuck yeah, buddy. What's going on? This is I Am the Liquor. Oh, hey, what's going on, brother? Long time no see, man. How you doing? Here, let me post a link for you guys. Oh yeah, you got to get a hoodie, man. They're awesome. And I even have some of the hoodies up that are I'm getting no profit. I'm making 1 penny per hoodie, so they are at the cheapest you can possibly buy them. Uh, um, Dave W. Oh, you at work? Oh man, that sucks, buddy. Well, we will be doing the live show tonight at 8 o'clock for anyone who wants to come and join. If you're a loser like me, who's not going to be out trick or treating or going to any parties, who's just going to be sitting home doing nothing, well, you guys get to come and party with us on UFO Proof Live. All right. Man, the contrast on my camera looks fucking weird, dude. Like, it's like fucked up. Oh, I'm not supposed to cuss. It's messed up from I think from the video I was shooting last night. Ain't nothing, my guy. And yo, I'm still in tune always. Oh, hell yeah, awesome, man. Good deal. Yeah, here, I'll post a link for the Teespring. Oh, also, I also got some UFO proof cozies up for sale. I'll post a link for those too. Let's see here. I'm enjoying, hell yeah, dude. Boom! I just made those up last night. Actually, made them a while ago for a friend of our channel, Mark, and I forgot to give him the link for it like a long time ago. And then he was asking our boy Alex to pick him some up because he's up in Vegas because Mark collects the koozies or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Didn't I make those from a long time ago? So I went and I updated it last night, and so they are up and for sale. In Detroit, it's cold out. Damn, need a hoodie. Did you guys did you burn any buildings down for Devil's Night last night? I mean, the only thing we burned out here was like a bowl of weed. And I'll throw up ah damn studio light right in your eyes right when you wake up, man. It's hardcore. It's blinding me. I gotta do something about that. Gotta get some soft box like studio lights, man. Let me see, where is it? Is that it? I think so. Anyway, so topics up to you guys, man. Whatever you guys feel like discussing. Let's see here. Get you this link. Yeah, this is the new zip up hoodie, which is pretty cool. Detroit always burns on Devil's Night, right? Exactly. The only thing we burn out here is a bowl of weed, man. and and some cookies I was making. Cool. There's a link, so you want to go check out the hoodies, man. They're awesome. Go pick one up so you can look fresh like we do. Uh, as for the topic for today, that's up to you guys. So whatever you feel like discussing. Last night, man, we had this idiot flat earther come on here telling us the sun like wasn't real. It was just like a magnetic field that we were feeling the heat from, which I'm not sure I understand that at all. I don't understand anything these idiots say, dude. What up, Sean? What up, Sebastian? Halloween hater here. What's going on, buddy? What's up, Sean? How come you hate Halloween, dude? I gotta find some. 20 years ago, there was no Halloween in Germany. How come? What do you mean there's no Halloween in Germany? Is it like a relatively new holiday that you guys start celebrating? So I find that kind of odd. Do they have Halloween in North Korea? Is that a thing? I wonder, dude. Is everyone dressed up like Kim Jong Un? That's the only costume you're allowed to wear. I wonder. So when you guys pick a subject, damn, these lights are bright even through the glasses, man. Every day is Halloween there, right? Um, what's it say? We just didn't have it. We didn't celebrate it. How come? Was that like the whole country didn't celebrate it? I don't understand that. Because that's insane, dude. I never heard of that. Flat Earth, right? That's gonna be our topic for today. Stupid. It's funny they call us globe heads. They say we're lying about the flat Earth. They call it to spread fear. It's called sphere mongers. It's like the Muslims celebrating Christmas. Well, the Muslims didn't start celebrating Christmas 20 years ago, or it's like they celebrate Halloween now, but it didn't 20 years ago. Why not? What made a difference? Sith, what is that? Sith like that. Thanks, Sean. I don't know what that is. What do Muslims celebrate on Christmas? I mean, don't they have a special day? What is it, like Ramadan or no? They wouldn't celebrate the death and birth of Christ. So I don't know. I have to find that out. I have to look it up, dude. What up, Forerunner? Forerunner, how you guys doing? So somebody get on here and join me, so I don't have to be sitting here staring at this light the whole time. I'll post the link again. Oh, that's the Teespring link. I don't want that. Well, here, I'll post that again anyway. Then man, these studio lights are so bright, dude. I don't know if you guys can see. It's like see it like right here, like up in my glasses. It's just this big ball of light just beaming me in my freaking face, man. Sucks. Especially when you just wake up, man. I don't even have like eye crusties on my eyes yet, dude. And this light is just killing me. Let's see here. I'll get you guys the link. Evening mate from England. Hello, jolly old England. All right. There we go. How's that look? Can you guys still see me? God, that's so much better, dude. I mean, it still sucks because I still have the other studio light, but it's not half as bad as it was. That was like burning my retinas out, dude. Like it was like searing my cataracts. um. Anyway, I got this. Man, I was supposed to throw up the video last night. I got it done. Uh, I got the video done and made, and I meant to throw it up last night, but I forget what the fuck I was doing. I got distracted or something, and I totally forgot to put it up. So I got to put that up today. Where is it? Ow. Oh, sweet. Did someone just now get a hoodie? Because I don't remember if I had that. It looks like it looks like someone just now ordered a hoodie. That's awesome. Let's see here. No, that's not what the hell. That's not what I want to go to. What the hell is that? Hey, who's on here? Hey, what up, Sean?
What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, dude? Nice look, man. Cool costume.
Hey, thanks.
Uh, at least someone got on here and joined my ass, dude. Because I was like, damn, dude, this sucks kind of trying to host it like this. I can't see shit. I'm blind as hell, dude.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah. Shit, nothing. Just I uploaded that, finished that video last night, and then I got it rendered and everything. And I think I actually, like, I forgot to upload it to YouTube. So now I'm gonna have to do that. Um, it's just some UFO clips. So actually, if you watched it the other day, you would have, when I did the encoder, you would have saw the video playing in the background.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let me see, dude.
So,
What's the topic?
I don't know. How do you
I
feel
don't know.
about,
Me neither.
how do you feel about mythology? Do you feel that it's literally mythology, or do you think some of the things are literal?
I think most mythology is a way of explaining something that they didn't understand. Some form of it's basically just like a story they didn't understand, and so they're trying to explain it. What giving it using some kind of mythos. But I believe it's all usually will stem back to something that was true. Something that was at least that resembled what they were talking about. When it comes to myths. I
So,
mean, go ahead.
what if the Greek gods were Atlanteans and everything is a cargo cult, like I had thought?
Uh, I could actually see that, like, for the most part, like how basically human society is basically one big giant cargo cult, and that's kind of how I see, everything, because like it's just an easy, it's a more simplified way of putting it. But
What
yeah, like
about
seeing,
the Greek gods actually being Atlanteans, or a weird example would be as Thor is to the Avengers. He's not really like a god. He's just from another planet.
Mhm.
And like
But I
Stargate,
like
Stargate's
that,
the
dude.
same way.
What's up?
Stargate is the same way. All those beings aren't gods. They just have the names of gods and represent the gods, but they're not
Yeah,
God.
they fool the people into believing they're gods,
Yeah.
and the same goes for
The
Thor,
glow.
even though they're
So what if like Quetzalcoatl is an Atlantean?
Quetzalcoatl or Viracocha.
All of them. What if they're all Atlanteans and they're all just surviving outposts and they had high technology and they're like, hey, we're going to show you guys how to do this since everybody's dead. And that's why it's like a little different, because like imagine like if we time traveled, like me, you, Jack, and Tom and Shill, and then we all were like, fuck, we're in the Stone Ages. We're going to know how to do some things that we aren't professionals in. Like we'd be like, man, this is how you make a bullet from what I can remember. And we'd make fucking shotguns or something. You get what I'm saying though? Like we would try to mimic what we know.
No, exactly. That makes sense. No, that makes sense to me. And then like the Greek gods, and
Like what if the
I think like
Iliad
they're,
is real?
what if what?
The Iliad.
I mean,
Like
well, we know the Trojan horse. We know the Trojan War was real.
like Cougar Mask. Pretty
So
creepy.
if
Is
that
it
was
what?
real, why wouldn't the rest of the story be real?
It's like we just ignore other parts just because it sounds far fetched.
Yeah, it sounds too far fetched. So we're just like, forget it. But the Greek gods, like we're talking what, like Apollo and Venus and stuff like that. I mean, basically all the gods are,
Ares, Poseidon,
yeah,
Artemis.
you know.
But they are the same
I think
beings as Jupiter and the Roman gods. It's the same being, but you know, like my name would translate differently when I go to Mexico, when I go to Ireland, when I go to Africa.
See,
My
I
name
think that
translates
it would be
different.
multiple gods, not like a one monotheistic god, you know, not like a one god encompassing them all, but like
Yeah.
possibly just different aliens or different alien species, and humans connect them to this. Like say like um say Thor or Odin or something, or Zeus. They see a UFO coming in and during a lightning storm, you know, and
Yeah.
because once you see a UFO, it changes you. You know, you can tell that this thing is is so alien. It's just simply not from Earth, you know. And if you saw an alien or UFO come during a lightning storm, next thing you know, he's the god of thunder. You know, he's the god of lightning or whatever.
Well,
So
what
I mean, that's how I see it. Go ahead.
I was just saying that, like, I believe Ra is Zeus, and I think Jupiter is also Zeus. Like, they're all just the same person that traveled these areas, whether they're god or human or Atlantean or whatever. I think that they just traversed those areas and were one person, and then they died out. Just like the same as, like, you know, all the stories have a Noah, whether it's Noah or not, it's the same story.
No, see, that's very true. You know, they all have, because like they all have a flood myth. Like everyone has a flood myth, you know, and they all have. I was like, what? Where did the concept of gods even come from, and why does everyone have them? Like civilizations that have no relation to each other believe in gods. Dang, I gotta stop that.
And maybe they just misperceive beings with
So
higher power as gods. Like, I just think they're like, let's say they have technology, or they have, or if they're like telepaths, if they're advanced humans that are remnants of the before times, whatever, who knows? What if they actually do have powers, but they're not aliens?
No, I agree too. That's what I think. Like, you know, just like you were saying with uh the cargo cults and you know the certain gods like Thor being an alien and not an actual god. See, that makes sense to me that they would see any alien who's obviously, if you're coming here, that they are going to have technology above humans, and you know, and like for all intents and purposes, it's everything they do would be considered magic. You know, I mean, it wasn't until like the Age of Enlightenment, like what 14 and 1500s, you know, during the Renaissance and stuff, where people started to actually like use their brain and not just say, okay, everything is because of a guy, you know. But
Yeah, but I think that's a misperception because we can't even figure out how they've done stuff in the ancient past, and we just disregard what they say in their mythos, but we still can't figure out how they built their wonders. So it's like really
no, that
hard to for me to throw away what they're actually saying, because we, as advanced as we are, cannot do what they did with supposedly
no, exactly.
with nothing.
But I mean, like you think that, you know, like perhaps that's why they built megalithic structures the way they did, you know, because of these like you want to make something for your god, you're going to make something that's going to last through all time, you know, something that God's going to see well after you're dead, you know. So making a Stonehenge or making a pyramid or making a platform, you know, I never, do you believe that Baalbek was made for an alien platform, like a landing pad?
No, I think it was built by uh, the Greek gods, like the Atlanteans, whatever you want to call them. I don't think it was built with just people. There has to be something where technology existed before the people that we think were the first people. It
No,
doesn't make
I
sense.
agree, you know, but I think
And
like at the same
it's
time,
Heliopolis. It's Heliopolis. It's for Zeus.
you know, but I see at the same time, I don't think there's ever been any megalithic site that was constructed by extraterrestrials. I think they were
Mm,
all done by humans, but it's the fact that they were like
I think there
designating
was
it for the
limited
god,
design.
like he influenced it.
I think it's the same as the tabernacle, whereas somebody was instructed on how to do it, not just like somebody thought of it. Like some smarter being told someone else how to do it who could carry out that task because that person may have had money or whatnot or the resources to build these temples or structures.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like before that, like Baalbek is so old that it's older than we think, and they just built on
They
top
say
of it.
it's around 9,000 years old. Do you think it's older than that?
It has to be slightly older, maybe like 10,000,
10,000?
and that would be 10,000. That's like before Egypt. That's
Correct.
like
That would
Egypt.
be. Yeah.
So, like for me, it makes more sense that it's like survive. It has to be surviving Atlanteans. That's my conclusion now.
Um,
Surviving. I'm just gonna call them Atlanteans. Who knows where the fuck they're
Atlantic.
from?
Yeah.
So they just have that same stone technology. They just can do shit with stones that we can't even fathom, and it's everywhere in the whole world. And it's always like it seems like it emanates from one point, and it just seems that it's somewhere in the Atlantic, which sounds crazy because we got
I mean, you saw that thing I did out on the Azores and stuff, right?
yeah. There has to be something there, whether the Azores are actually Atlantis or if they're just another outpost from the mainland of Atlantis. What if America is freaking Atlantis?
You know, I mean, I just think that I think when you look at the Azores, that is the continent of Atlantis, and it's just underneath the water now, you know. But you can still kind of see it, like you can see where that if the waters didn't raise 400 meters or whatever, that you would probably see this land, you know.
I think
And
it's
that's probably
obliterated. I
you
think
know
most of it is obliterated, and the Azores are just the edges of the mainland. I don't think that it just sunk. I think it was hit.
that. Yeah, that's what I think too. You know, it even looks like there was some kind of impact scar, like at the site of the Azores, and then the way Herodotus describes uh, Atlantis. That I mean, he described everything, the pyramids and Egypt and everything else perfectly. So when he described Atlantis, or that's Plato, not Herodotus, Plato. Um,
But
why
didn't
wouldn't
Plato
he?
hear it from someone?
Didn't he what?
He didn't experience it firsthand. He got it from someone who
No.
got it.
Oh yeah. Like yeah, Plato. Like he heard the story from his uncle. Which described it, but it was in such detail that you got to think that there had to be some kind of reality to it. What's up, Jack? How you doing out here? Face like a bum, doing good. Cupid, doing good. Any of your guys'
Oh,
thoughts?
no, man. That's kind of I know it's off any topic. But when I go on Google Hangouts, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine, brother.
Yeah.
You all good, man?
All right. I realized you were shouting out. There must be a delay.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I'm on Google Hangouts, I take retard. A way for me to go and check out comments on my phone.
You're cutting out real bad. Say it again, brother.
All right. When I go on Google Hangouts, like you can go to the chat section when you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I switch and go to the Hangouts, is there a way to go and look at? I'm sorry, I'm in Walmart right now.
You're all good, brother.
A way to look at also look at a chat section on the Hangouts.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, are you on if you're on a phone, no, I don't believe there is. Sean, is there a way? I don't know if we lost Sean.
Negative, base captain, negative. Unless you have a really good phone where you can go back. You just have to hit back, and you'll be able to hear us, but you won't be able to see us. Your little icon will come up, and you'll be able to see the chat in the Hangouts, but you won't be able to participate in the YouTube Hangouts, if that's what you're meaning, and not the Google Hangouts.
So basically, I would need a separate device.
Separate device or a really good phone. I use my computer and my phone at the
Our
same
computer,
time. That's why I can do this.
you know, and I
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Galaxy 8 Plus, so I mean,
oh yeah, that
but
would totally do it.
I just don't know what I'm doing with it. You know what I mean? I'm like really retarded when it comes to it. I'm
Oh,
still learning.
you'll figure it out, no problem, man. It just takes a little bit of time, but once you get it down, man, it's no problem. Like me, I use my computer and I just open up a bunch of different tabs, you know, and
Gotcha.
yeah, to do everything. So, what about you, Qubit?
Got
What
what
do
you're
you do?
saying.
Well, I'm using dual monitors on a PC, so I don't have issues like that. I've got both open.
Yeah,
Gotcha. That's cool. That's all I wanted to ask.
yeah, I you know, and I have I have like 4 different monitors, man, and you'd think I would hook one up so I
Yeah.
could like have a split screen and stuff like that, but I think it would just cause me more problems than anything.
You need to do it.
You
Yeah, because
know?
a lot of times I see y'all looking in different directions, so I kind of figured that's what was going on.
What were you saying, Sean?
You have to have at least 2.
Yeah, I got a few of them, you know, but I'm just wondering if my computer can actually. I mean, oh man, did you see that crap? Dude, my computer kept going out last night.
Yeah.
Dude, that sucked, man, so bad. I mean, like literally, dude, it would shut down and it would say, "Oh, Windows experienced a problem. We have to restart your computer." And I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" You know,
That
which actually
happens
really
to
sucked
me
because I was rendering
often.
videos and shit last night. Oh, which reminds me, I have to
Yeah,
upload
you need to have 2 monitors, one for Hangouts, one for YouTube, so you can constantly monitor the live feed and live chat. And you
No,
can see
exactly.
so you can see what we're seeing so you don't have to ask.
Yeah, but you have
Not
to
the problem, you know.
but you have to turn like everything off, like really, or turn it down, like YouTube. And I
You just
think it's
have
kind of
to
pointless to do if you're
just
doing Hangouts, man. I think it's kind of pointless to even watch YouTube
I
except
do
for
both.
looking at the comments, you know.
I
Does
do
your
both because I have to
computers
moderate.
do your computers not get the split screen available?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
You just have to move down tabs and stuff, you know. But I mean, it's just like my personal computer, I don't think can handle it. Hang on a second.
You might have problems doing it, Kyle, particularly with the fact that you're streaming as well.
Yeah, you know.
That's going to be resource hungry.
Cupid, can you host for a
I'm gonna
minute?
stay on here, but I'm gonna kill
Yes.
my I'm gonna kill my cam for a minute.
All right,
Freddy
cool, bro.
Krueger, are you in Liverpool at the moment, Freddy?
I certainly am, yes.
Yeah. Good man, good man.
Can you host for a minute, Cupid?
Play
Yes.
the accent.
So how are we, guys? Are we all enjoying Halloween? Or has Halloween come
Yeah,
and gone for you?
so far so good.
I'm enjoying the sweets, the candy that I bought for myself.
So you've been out trick or treating, have you?
Yeah. They come to my door, they'll be getting a trick all right. Pail of water.
I always find it funny when it comes to Halloween. You know, we tell our kids, do not talk to strangers.
Mhm.
Although once a year it's fine to walk to strangers' houses and knock on the door and ask them if they've got any sweeties.
Yeah, never used to be like that. I mean, when I was a kid and we went, well, guys, and we call it because Guy Fawkes, but which is next week anyway.
Yeah.
It used to be we just used to go around the people you knew, you know what I mean? But then again, you knew your neighbours back in the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all different now. But anything for sweets, kids.
Did you see some of the shit that went on in Britain last night with
No, dumber.
buses getting smashed up, kids throwing bricks at cars, shit
You're
like that.
joking.
Oh
Do you
no,
want to leave the EU or are you for the EU?
I think that once we made that decision, we need to get behind it. And the whole, well, we don't agree with that. Let's vote a second time. Well, why don't we vote a third or a fourth time or a fifth time or a fucking 10th time? No, we made the decision. The vote went through, and we stick by it.
Yeah, but the people of Britain, they haven't a goddamn clue what the Brexit was all about, really, at the core of it. You know what I mean? And that was on purpose. You know what I mean? But
So, do you want to stay in or do you want out?
I'm indifferent, to tell you the truth. I believe that politics works to a specific agenda, and it has done for a very long time, for an end game. And I think that it doesn't matter what you vote, who you vote in, who you vote out. If you're voting for or against Brexit, what's going to happen is going to happen, que sera. I mean, I don't think in the grand scheme of things, it's going to make a blind bit of difference. They'll get what they want in the end. But then again, that's maybe conspiracy theory, and it's my.
Do you think that the royals still run the country there?
The royals?
Yes.
No, the royals have never run our country.
Yeah.
But see our queen, right? If you research this deep, our royal family, they are subservient to the Aldobrandini family. This is the 13 ruling families. Aldobrandini, yeah. You know who these people are.
Keep talking. Keep
going.
Well, Aldobrandini is just one of these really old families that basically run. They're the shadow government behind the shadow government. They're the ones that you very rarely hear about unless you go. You probably won't even get it on the internet if you go and research it, because it's something that I was looking into when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I was fascinated by the ruling structure.
What do they call that there? It's not the establishment. They call it something, don't they?
It kind of is the establishment here, because that's what they are. But I don't know. What else have you heard them being called?
Something like the regents or something like that. I can't remember what that's a specific term that's not American.
I've heard regents used, but I'm not sure whether it's, in the same context as you're using or thinking, maybe. Because it can mean many various
Regina. That's a title. That's like you would say, like a pharaonic title, isn't it? It's like the Regina is. I think that's the position within the hierarchy.
Like in America, we call it the establishment or the shadow government, but there's another term for the British end of it. Like they would be responsible for Diana's death.
Like America has like royal families, even though we don't have a king or queen or a monarchy or anything like that. But there are certain families in America that are basically considered royalty, like the Kennedys.
Yeah, JFK. I was about to say
the Kennedys are like considered like royalty.
Yeah.
Like Rothschilds.
The Rothschild.
You know, like the White Star families that are related to the Queen of England.
Who was that? Sorry.
I think Kyle's mistaken the Kennedys for the families that are related all the way to the Queen of England.
I'm talking purely American in an American viewpoint. Like you would consider the Kennedys like a royal family because like their family is, any Kennedy that runs for office gets elected.
They're looked at as like heroes of America, like almost like legacies or legends.
Yeah, probably the Vanderbilts.
What's up?
Considered the Vanderbilts probably considered something like that. Elites. That's how they
absolutely. Like there are certain families that are considered like royalty here, and like even though they're not royal, they're treated like royalty.
Yeah,
and it's ridiculous, dude.
I thought you meant the literal royal relations, like the Bushes, Clintons.
No, like Clintons might even be considered like a royalty, like family, or the Bushes,
No, I mean their actual family lineage traces back to like King George.
Yeah, no, see, no, I'm not talking like that. I'm talking like actual, like how they're treated and how their family is like viewed. You know, is
Yeah,
like, oh, they're basically like royalty here, dude.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you that right. This is the limit of my understanding is that our royal family are they're not at the top of the tree. The Rothschilds. They basically work for the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds are above them, but there are families above the Rothschilds, and they're all. If you look into it, they're all like Jewish descent. And
Damn
they're all
Jews.
Jews. They're all Jews at the top of the tree, you know.
Yeah. Now you're getting into like some other stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
You're saying.
Well, I'll sidestep it and I'll say that the Stuart, right, Scotland basically began with the French taking over. Well, it's basically, you know, about the French Revolution was caused by the Rothschilds, and you know
Every
this story.
revolutionary
What
war was created by the
Yes. Okay.
Rothschilds.
Now,
was the revolution created by the Rothschilds?
oh yeah.
Everyone three.
Every well, they say every war in modern times. We're speaking like 300-400 years ago, and this is going back right to, you know, William Wallace, the story of William
Yeah, I
Wallace.
love William
This
Wallace,
was
dude.
well,
Braveheart.
yeah, well, the story that we get of William Wallace and the actual story who he was the son of basically the son of a landowner, big landowner. And this is from like Bonnie Prince Charlie was a Frenchman. You know what I mean? He was one of the first, basically what they're called stewards, the stewards of Scotland, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. The Scouser guy. What's your name? Sorry, mate. That would be disrespectful.
Q.
Q.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cupid. If
Yeah.
you run your
Okay.
mouse over their picture, it'll pop their name up, man.
Okay. So, do you know anything about why Princess Diana was made to marry Prince Wales, Charlie? You know, I mean, why she was taken in to be the broodmare for him to have another child? Well, it was basically um, to so that the next king is basically going to be William. This is the correct line from the King David, right down from the line of David, was because the bloodline was corrupted somewhere along the line, and we got basically our royal family. They're all like German descent and whatever. You know what I mean? You've probably heard about
Yeah,
this.
the
Well,
the current queen isn't even English or British. They're
yeah.
Germans.
Well, Saxe Gotha is their the last correct name that they had, but it goes well before that anyway, back into, like, I was speaking about Jewish names, but anyway, you had Princess Diana. She's a Stuart. Although her name isn't Stuart, she's of the line, her family line, the proper blood lineage is the Stuarts. And the Stuarts are said to be, don't you can quote me on that, but I mean it's you can look it up, that the Stuarts are the correct line, the correct bloodline from King David, and this is why they need to get it back on track. They needed a Stuart to marry into this usurper royal family that we've got now to have a son to become the next king, or their kid
You're
to
talking
become.
about William King Arthur
Yeah.
mythos.
Yes, this is right back to King David in the Bible.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, the bloodline thing's crazy. That's where
Yeah,
they're all.
yeah. If you look it up on, I mean, you'll see things on YouTube and whatever, but really, you have to really go and dig into the old books if you really want to get just a wee sniff of the truth.
Yeah, that's where you gotta like
Because
really read. God forbid someone actually reads instead of watch a video on YouTube. You know.
yeah, go and spend a day or two in a library, a proper library, and dig through it.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah. And they are all kind of related, you know what I mean, but not by blood. We're speaking about marriage, kind of like this king married into this family to become this and have this kid, and it's all basically to steer, because the bloodline gets corrupted regular on a regular basis, because you get like kings that abdicate. You know what I mean? Kings that or queens that will fail to have a child, so they've got to bring in somebody to become the next king or queen, and then they've got to marry in to have a child.
Yeah.
How do you
Get the proper bloodline, because it's all to do with
what is
blood.
it, King Edward? Is that who the abdicated king in World War II? King Edward.
Edward, it was Edward that abdicated. George,
How do you about that?
not George. Was it Edward? No, I'll have to look it up. But yeah, you're right. One of them did abdicate.
How do you feel about that? Them making him step down and then giving it to his sister Elizabeth.
How do you mean? Sorry.
What is your opinion on the matter pertaining to the abdication of Edward, to him stepping down and giving the crown to his sister Elizabeth?
I'm not really. To tell you the truth, it's not something I've dug really kind of looked into, which I'm going to now, because it's. I mean,
They forced him to not be king because he wanted to marry an American woman, I believe, who was once married. So she was divorced, and he was not allowed to marry her. So he abdicated the throne and became like steward of the Philippines or something. They banished him to the Philippines.
Was it right? Okay, I know he well. In my understanding, that he actually stood down because he was in love with this lesser mortal, we'll say. It's she wasn't royalty.
Well, she wasn't able to become royalty because she'd been divorced, so she was considered to be like a bit of a, I don't know how to say it correctly, but
a fair lady or something. A lady of ill repute or whatever.
Yeah.
To be honest, the story that we get is probably completely different than what really goes on. So although we've heard that he fell in love with this woman and he decided, or he was asked to abdicate, to step down, he was probably forced into that marriage so that somewhere along the line this through bloodline could get steered back on track. But I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I wonder, like, these royal bloodlines and stuff. I mean, like, do they all descend, like, you think, like, the Sumerian king list and the Egyptian king list, and do you think that any survivors, are there any relations to anyone who comes from any of these early king lists? You know, like, is there someone whose like relative was literally, you know, a giant who lived 400,000 years ago? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that long ago, but I believe they know it goes back to King Tut. Like and Tut.
Yeah, well, King Tut was a child king, wasn't he?
Yeah. There were kings before King Tut, dude. He was a young boy, man.
Yeah.
No, I think that's the one they can trace it to. Is him and his father, is who they can trace it to, and then I think they can trace those Tut to the Sumerians somehow. Like, it kind of follows that evolutionary trail of human evolution from the Fertile Crescent across, you know, to Africa and
what they claim.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's Atlanteans landed and was like, "Hey, you indigenous people, listen to us." And they're like, "Oh my God, it's the gods! It's the gods! They got bullshit! Oh my God!" And they came over with like laptops and cell phones and like, "Dudes, we just got shit, and you got to listen to us." And it's really just us from the future that time traveled and fucked up.
You know, watch the cussing.
Sorry, I forgot.
It's okay,
what I find really fascinating as well is why the reason why we have got kings and queens in the first place. You know, what happened in our
the kingship came down from heaven, supposedly. Like, so the if you go with what the academics say, it would have started in Sumeria, and which I believe, in fact, to be wrong. I believe civilization started in Turkey. However, let's just go with what academics are saying. If they go with if we go with Sumeria, their king's list that names all their kings, and from the beginning of time. And
In the
these
Sumerian
kings
list, you mean, Kyle? Yeah.
they literally lived. They would have their reigns would last 30,000 years. 15,000 years. 11,000. 400,000. Like it ranged from such incredible numbers. I wonder if, because I like to wonder, and are any of these true? Now, both the Sumerians have a king list that shows back before the deluge, people lived a lot longer and were in fact a lot bigger. And then
Yeah.
the
Is
king's
that
list in
not the?
Sumeria says the same thing, and so does the Egyptians' king list in Egypt says the same thing, and also the Bible says the
Let's
same
just
thing.
it's legit. Let's just say it's legit.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense that people lived longer, and like I think somebody says the other day about the flora and fauna being called mega flora and fauna. I think somebody was
Yeah,
in
for the
Kyle.
for the
Now,
for the ice age, that's what it was called.
yeah, well, that makes sense. You see, when the atmosphere was completely different, when the levels
Oxygen.
of oxygen to nitrogen would have been completely like slightly different. Even a minute difference would have had a marked telling difference on how things, people, and whatever vegetation grew.
Yeah.
How it survived. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they,
I can quite believe
Basically,
that.
the atmosphere, like it was able to make people and animals and plant life. Well, we know animals and plant life certainly
there was
grew to tremendous sizes. They were covered in hair. I mean, they could to survive for the cold that basically engulfed the whole planet, and it made their bodies a lot bigger. So
Yeah.
when
before the dinosaurs, they they actually had spiders as big as Rottweilers now. Could you imagine running from one of those?
yeah,
With my arachnophobia, I'd probably shoot myself with a bow and arrow.
Oh, I have arachnum.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add something.
Yeah.
yeah,
Straight shot from the Persian Gulf, which goes straight through Iraq, which is Samaria,
yeah.
leads almost directly to the mountains of Ararat.
Ha.
Oh yeah.
So, like,
Ararat's
that's
northeast Turkey.
hard borders on these places in ancient times because there's no real hard borders.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So we could say that Samaria may have actually been the ancient Turk people.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're just neighbors, and then it's cargo cult city. We're just going to share all this stuff, and we're going to be like, oh, look at this. Blah, blah, blah.
They have depictions in India of Sumerians coming and doing trades with them, and that there's also in Sumeria there's
That's gangster.
tablets that they found with Indus script written on them.
That's freaking gangster.
Yeah.
See, we got all the notes, y'all. We got everything, but no one wants to believe us.
Right?
Fire away with info. Like I'm just kind of learning as I go along. But the thing, where I kind of originate from with this is I'm quite big on symbolism, the symbolism of the world. Looking back into one of the best places to look for the symbolism is all around you, basically, to modern day symbolism, to back in like cave art. When you look at cave art, the symbolism is very similar to what you have nowadays. Are the buildings with the two pillars and the capstone. To me, that the two pillars, it all goes back to one bit. Just this one big story that's been written all throughout time. It's just like changed slightly and whatever. And you can see this through like Hollywood movies. Nearly every Hollywood movie tells of the ascent of man and the downfall of man. It's usually got take Thor and his brother, for instance. You got Thor and Loki. There's usually one good brother, and one slightly tainted brother. Yeah. And it's like a journey for them both to become, twins at the end of the day, and to become sitting on the right hand side of God, or being better than they were, living happily ever after in the fairy tale. Things like, the symbolism of, like, we only see half of a story. when there's really is a simple side to every story. When you see, like, we sing nursery rhymes to our kids without I was going to swear there, I won't, without a clue actually what we're saying, the actual story, what we're saying to our kids. Take Jack and Jill, for instance, right? Now, right, Jack and Jill, everybody knows it. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Now, everybody knows that water doesn't flow uphill, it runs downhill. So what was the water above that they were going to fetch? Well, somebody says yesterday about this ridiculous notion that in the Bible it says there's water below and water above, and the firmament divides them both. Yeah.
I think space is the firmament.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Well, the hill is the dome or the firmament. I know there's not a dome, it's ridiculous to even say this, but if you look on it as being symbolic rather than literal, okay? So Jack and Jill went up this symbolic hill to fetch the pail of water. They went up to the waters above. Well, Jack fell down and broke his crown, okay? Well,
Busted.
it's not the crown as in the crown that he's got on his head, but the crown chakra, or the pineal gland.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack fell down, and that was the fall of man, or the fall of light, as they say in the Bible. So man learned to deceive. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, and man first learned to deceive. That thing. These stories, these rhymes, all come from one thing, from where we used to be. I may be going off on a tangent here, but where we used to be. We used to be clever, intelligent. Pink Floyd sings of our mind that never had any inhibitions. It just flowed with information, and we just thought constantly without boundaries. Yeah. And the Division Bell song. So we used to be like that, but then something happened. There was a big, I don't know if it was a big accident, if there was this one machine that made everything on this planet work. We built this machine that made the ley lines work. It made the pyramids work, and then something happened. Like, we blew this machine up through either bad using it, misuse, or whatever, or just not understanding the technology properly. So this is where the symbolism thing comes in with me. I believe that, and it gets documented, that I believe that the Ark. Well, think what arcs. I mean, there is an ark, when Noah's bullshit ship, sorry, with the animals going 2 by 2. Well, when you think about Adam and Eve, it's duality. We live on a dualistic plane now, a plane of duals. Everything's got its polar opposite. Well, you've got the two poles, okay? You've got positive and negative, okay? And when these two poles work, when these two poles of the machine work, what happens in between when it works is an arc of electricity, you see?
Well, I mean, like, so like, depending on what you mean for like arc, because it can mean different things, like it can mean like rainbow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
okay, right, Kyle. Try and get this, okay? See, he says that it means different things. Now try and get this. It might take a wee bit of time to explain, but that explanation that I've given about the arc, about the two poles being an electric circuit with the arc in between when this machine works. Now, if you think of everything being fractal, everything's a fractal. Everything's like a fractured version of one story, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got one story about this machine that worked, and we used our pineal gland to access the Stargate. We went through the Stargate, and we flowed in between heaven and earth, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? The connection between or creator, whatever created everything.
I got you.
But that connection was cut off, right?
Okay.
When it was cut off, what happened was that story, that arc, the one machine or the one story that worked, everything worked, was broken into like a shattered glass or the shattered mirror. So all these other explanations of what the arc and what the two poles and the capstone in between could be are fractured versions of that one story or that one technology that worked once upon a time. You get that? Am I making sense?
No, yeah, no, that makes sense to me, man. I mean, I could definitely see that. I want to go to the comments on YouTube real quick.
Okay.
And Blank, remember, man, no cussing. That's why your comments are being hidden and stuff, man. Yeah, so we gotta remember, no swear words, you guys, because they're kicking my ass on YouTube, and I mean they're gonna strike me any minute now.
Play nice, Blank.
Yeah, shoot him a link real quickly. Who wants the link?
Blank does.
All right, Blank, no cussing, man.
I like the Freddy mask.
Yeah, me
Thank you.
too.
It's perfect for
Cupid.
the live hangouts. It just fits right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, we gotta watch our cussing only because YouTube is they're literally like a day away from giving me a strike, man. Like I just feel it, dude. They're coming for me bad,
They're censoring Kyle's page.
Yeah, bad, dude. So, yeah, thank you. Yes, kind of tone it down. Yeah, it's stupid, at least until they update their their algorithm and stuff. They're like bots are like just like locked onto my channel, just waiting for anything to mess up, because it's like, dude, they're demonetizing me, they're giving me copyrights. I mean, they're just all around just being bitches to me.
Hey,
Nah, I word. I know
Bonds.
that. That's why I earlier, I mean, like a couple of like a week ago, I was trying to tell you to be careful, man, because you were like telling everyone that you were on your second strike, and once you get on your third one, you fuck.
Hey, damn it, dude. Don't cuss, dude. God
Oh,
damn.
Swearing.
sorry. I forget, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right. Never mind.
We've all
All
got to
right.
we've all got to get it into our heads. We just got to make up.
Yeah. Does it work? We apologize for it.
Whack, frick, whatever we got to do.
When I ask you not to cuss and you come on here and the first thing you do is cuss,
What are you, retarded, Blank?
dude, I'm sorry, Blank, but yeah, you gotta go, man. Like, so for the next show tonight, if you come on, do not cuss, Blank. All right, we gotta try to avoid the cussing. It is getting
We got to
me in
have
trouble,
substitute
man.
words.
Everyone get one of these, the little yellow sticker note things and write on it, no cussing, and put it on your computer screen.
Right?
It works. That's what I've got.
Wear a piece of tape name tag where you can feel it.
Yeah,
Remind you.
Exactly, man. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get something to eat because I literally just woke up and I'm still starving and stuff. But I want to make sure that everyone knows that we are going to do our costumes for tonight. Cupid, are you going to be on?
I doubt it very much. I'm gonna be in work when you go live next.
Ah, crap.
I go to work pretty much about half an hour before you go live at like 4.
Yeah, crap. All right, well, shit, damn, that sucks, dude. Well, anyone who can make it, come on, wear your costume, because I like your costume, Cupid.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
I'm gonna have to go get me a mask or something. I don't have anything.
Yeah, Jack, I'm gonna be painting my face up, man. So just go get
I
some
was
face
thinking of
paint or
doing
go get a
that.
mask or something.
Yeah, but I'm not real good with the painting stuff. So we'll figure something out.
No point in me doing it because I pulled, due to me being a paranoid freak, I pulled my when I first got my PC, the first thing that came was the camera. I pulled it out of the back, and I can't. You'd have to be either a magician or skilled
Why did
electrician to get it.
why did you pull the camera out?
Because, but I really don't think about it. I really don't trust the people in power.
Oh, the NSA and stuff. I guess.
You know what I mean? I don't know who it's MI6 over here. I mean, it's just, I was a bit paranoid for a start. So I mean, there was no really any need for me to have an internal camera, but I'll maybe get one for the next time. I'll buy an external one with a microphone, and I'll get it wired up so you can see me.
I just figured I was ugly enough. I wouldn't have to worry about it. You know, my mask is here already.
Hey, Jack, if you want to look scary, just take the glasses off, put a little bit of eye makeup on, some really bright lipstick, a pair of suspenders.
me and my ridiculous southern drawl. My southern drawl too. It just, I'm surprised I haven't turned my phone in this stone.
Sean, are you gonna be on for tonight?
I'll probably be on.
All right, cool, man. Well, everyone, get your costumes. Blank, don't worry about it. And yes, next time be PG. All right. So when you come on tonight, no cussing. All right.
PG-13 max.
Yeah, PG-13 max. Yeah, exactly, dude. And at least until YouTube updates their algorithm, man, because their bots are just targeting my ass like hardcore, man. So, all right, you guys, I'm out of here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share my videos, because YouTube does not share them. YouTube does not, put them in suggested feeds anymore. It's whack as hell, dude. They're totally censoring the crap out of me. And you can go and pick up any UFO proof gear. And we're going to be doing a show where it's nothing but people who have UFO proof t-shirts or hoodies or hats or socks or whatever, where you have to wear UFO proof gear to come on the show. So make sure you go and get yours so you can join in with us. And
Bam.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love it, dude. Look at that, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. All right. So make sure you guys go and get yours. And I will see you guys tonight for our Halloween show. All right, everybody. UFO proof out.
See ya.
All right. Later, you guys.